They will be revising Unit Chapter 12 of Human Biology, Sylvia Mader's 14th edition. As always, we'll solve the Assess Yourself part at the end of the chapter. Question number 1 is about spongy bones. So we have two types of bones, spongy and compact. Spongy bones, does it contain osteons? Osteons are kind of like the circular units in which the bone cells are arranged. However, this is the arrangement of cells in compact bone, so this option is wrong. Spongy bone does not have osteons. It has something called tuberculae. Option B contains red bone marrow where blood cells are formed. So yes, the red bone marrow, first of all, this statement is correct because the red bone marrow is where the blood cells, all the red, white, are formed, and it is present indeed in the spongy bone. So this option is correct. Weakens the bone despite its structure, like it's still a bone. Yes, it has like hollow holes, but it's still a bone. So its function is to strengthen your body. It cannot weaken it. Takes up most of leg bones. Actually, long bones, they're mostly made of compact bones, so no. So all of these are wrong. Coming to question number 2. Which of the following is not a function of the skeletal system? Okay. Production of blood cells. The red bone marrow is in the spongy bone, so it is a function. Movement. How can we move without our muscles and skeleton working together? Storage of minerals and fat. So it does store minerals like calcium, off the top of my head, and fat. It is stored in the yellow bone marrow, which is in the medullary cavity of the bone. So the only function that is not related to our skeletal system is the production of body heat. This is done mostly by your muscular system. Number 3, these cells are responsible for the formation of cartilage. I've come to learn that like it just starts with C. So it's chondrocytes. It's the little like connections that you do that will take you a long way in remembering the names. C, cartilage, C for chondrocytes. Coming to question number 4, this bone is only movable bone of the skull. So I think we heard it as general knowledge is that the lower jaw is the only movable bone in your skull. So we just have to do its name, and its name is the mandible. This is the name of the lower jaw. Question number 5, which of the following is not involved in forming the shape of the face? So you have the nasal bones for your nose, mandible, as I told you, it's the lower jaw, zygomatic, it's the bone of your cheeks, so sternum, and it is the bone that is in the middle of your rib cage. So what is it going to do with your heart, with your face? Let's do question number 6. This area of the vertebral column is the location where the ribs attach. So on my vertebral column, where will the ribs attach? So we know the ribs, they're part of the thoracic cavity. I mean, everything that is along the heart is kind of like known as the thoracic cavity, so I'm leaning towards it. Yes, I think it's the thoracic cavity because your vertebral column, it's like made of parts. Okay, so like the upper part, I don't know what's name it, and then the part where your ribs attached is definitely, I think, the thoracic region, not cavity. Okay, appendicular skeleton. It's not the axial skeleton, so it's the skeleton with your arms and legs. So which of the following is not a bone of the appendicular skeleton? So we want one that belongs to the axial skeleton. Scapula, rib, bone, patella. I think it's a rib because the rib cage and the vertebrates belong to the axial skeleton. Question number 7, and this was question number 7. They want to label the following diagram. So A, it looks like the pelvis. I think they want the names of the bones specifically. B, okay, this one it's patella, and this one's, so we have a lot of bones, so you can just check the diagram to label it. Let's do question number 9. The term is used to identify a joint in the body that is freely movable, synovial, limited mobility. It's the one that's made of cartilage, and then fibrous are the ones that cannot move, like the bones in your skull. In which of the following types of movement does a synovial joint allow the appendage to increase its angle from the body? So the appendage, it's basically, it can be your arm or your leg. So they're asking about the type of movement that will increase the angle. So again, to make it easier for us, increase, we can call it an extension. This will be the answer. Okay, question number 11. The bone cell responsible for breaking down bone tissue is the osteoblast. Osteoblast is the it's before it developed into an it is osteocyte and then it developed into an osteoblast, and then the osteoclast is the one that breaks the bone. Okay, so it's osteoclast is the one that breaks bone. Clash, don't know, just connected with something so you don't confuse them. Osteoclast. Whereas the bone cell that produces new bone tissue, it's the osteoblast. Okay, I think it's option A. Again, it's osteocyte. It will develop into an osteoblast, which is a bone forming cell, and the osteoclast is the bone, you can say that diminishing, it's a bone removing cell. Yeah. Question number 12, finally. In which of the following does bone form from cartilage? Again, we have two types of ossification. It's a process by which a bone is formed. So we will have either A, B, or C. So they're saying cartilage. Again, to make it easy for you, we said that the cells that make cartilage are called chondrocytes. If you go to question, I think it's earlier in the video. So endochondral ossification is the one that's from cartilage, and the one that is from fibrous connective tissue, it is intramembranous, membranous ossification. And that's it. This chapter was really interesting. It really helps you get a deep view of what is going on inside your body. And if you have any questions or would like to open a discussion, please comment it down. And I hope you gained a little knowledge from this video, and thanks for watching.